When magic practitioners employ in their rituals sage to purify the space, the timing associated with Mercury to aid communication, they are resorting to something called correspondences. Learn what they are, their history up until the Enlightenment, and their philosophical underpinning by watching this episode. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Angela Puca and welcome to my Symposium. I'm a PhD and a religious studies scholar, and this is your online resource for the academic study of magic, paganism, shamanism, and all things occult. Correspondences in magic are all those analogical associations between different elements in the practitioner's experience that are believed to be linked on an occult level and influence each other. Examples are the planets bearing correspondences related to possible magical aims, such as Mars linked to war and aggression, or Venus linked to love and attraction. Similarly, we see correspondences at play when yellow is associated with the element air and the cardinal direction east, or green to the element earth and the north. Most magical operations employ a variety of correspondences to affect reality by leveraging the invisible ties of which the fabric of reality is believed to be made, identifying which tie to work on to pull another at a distance, and reshape the entire frame of reality so that the intended change is brought about. But the very concept of correspondences is based upon some core philosophical concepts. This perception of reality that consists of multiple levels that mirror one another and can influence one another is widespread in traditional societies and is foundational to esoteric practices such as divination, spellcasting, and astrology. It's not only present in Western cultures, but also in the Eastern world. Indeed, sinologists have highlighted the foundational importance of correlative thinking to traditional Chinese culture. As Hanegraaff and Brach highlight, such correlative thinking is ubiquitous in all pre-modern and even early modern cultures and their expressions. We find strikingly similar and elaborate systematic tables of correspondences in China, India, the Middle East, Mesoamerica, and Europe in pre- and early modern times. Now, let's explore the theoretical foundations underpinning formulations of correspondences until and well into the Renaissance. You may find that they still perhaps implicitly inform today's employment of correspondences in magical workings. The first philosophical tenet underpinning the practice of correspondences can be defined as the unicity of creation, meaning that there is a perfect continuity that connects all levels of the universe throughout an overall hierarchy of being. The theme of the Great Chain of Being is a pivotal metaphysical foundation of ancient cosmological systems, whose historical origin is unclear. We find it in Plato's Ion, but it certainly predates the ancient Greek culture. The second philosophical tenet is the doctrine of participation, derived from Plato, which sees love as the universal link or bond between the constituents of the universe, in a vertical as well as an horizontal sense. This is similar to the Stoic scheme of sympatheia and antipatheia, the cosmic pattern of attraction-repulsion, which determines the relations and interactions of all things, properties and beings within the world. The third tenet is the perception of the universe as a living being, endowed with an animating soul, and whose parts are utterly complementary and interdependent, exactly like the limbs of a body. The fourth and last tenet is the doctrine of universal analogy, meaning that all levels of existence within the hierarchy of being mirror each other, and the lower in ontological rank is considered as a symbol of the superior, fundamentally imbued with the same virtues, features, and properties. The most known analogy of this sort is that of the macrocosmos and microcosmos, harking back to Plato's Timaeus, likely dating much earlier than Plato, and found in non-Western cultures such as in Taoism as well. This concept sees the universe as grand human, a macrocosm, while human beings constitute a synthetic abridgment, a microcosm, of that universe. Thus, Correspondences may be seen as a horizontal counterpart of the network of universal analogies, but according to a more encompassing understanding, they overreach from one natural realm or plane to another, and even overlap quite frequently with analogies proper. The network of correspondences could be seen as the outward expression of the hidden dynamics of sympatheia, antipatheia, attraction, repulsion, as a system of signs outlining the qualitative interactions of natural things and beings, and expressing how they unfold and manifest, as well as their magical or therapeutical applications. Correspondences were deemed to inherently possess a dual aspect, external and internal. The external one was based on plain outward resemblance in shape or characteristics, for example between a plant and a human limb, or between a given animal and a natural body, both considered to stand under the dominion of the same astral influence and therefore to manifest, each in their own way, similar properties. The internal or intrinsic aspect refers to an internal essence of things, deemed as the root of all material features. The external or manifested aspect, being visible, is the manifestation of the inner principle and can be known and utilized. What mediates between the internal and the external essence of things is the sign, a bridging manifested element that denotes the presence of an invisible counterpart to the outwardly observable characteristics. This is different from the concept of signatura in Paracelsus. This is also a concept expressed by Jacob Boehm in the Signatura Rerum. This concept of signatura refers to the very relation between the occult and the manifest, trying to explain this relation as an imprint or translation of an archetype into material reality that really works both ways, from the visible to the invisible and vice versa. For instance, to understand the invisible from the visible, Paracelsus suggested close observation of what he considered to be astronomy, because it would reveal the outward visible manifestation on a large scale of what is hidden and invisible on a smaller scale, corroborating the underlying understanding that there is a shared nature of internal archetypes between the two orders. But how does causality works when it comes to correspondences? In this case, the conceptualization of causality is nuanced, varied, and sometimes ambiguous. Linked with the cosmic network of sympathies and antipathies, correspondences may be understood in terms of pre-established harmony or immanent determinism, embedded as such in material reality and independent, for this reason, of causality in a strict sense. Astrology presents an interesting case when we analyze the correspondences or occult relation between celestial bodies and terrestrial beings or events. This relation is also founded on the non-causal notion of pre-established harmony and manifests as essentially dynamic and interactive, based on a common set of elements and qualities held in common by the different realms. It can also be seen as a relation founded on an astral influence that is both invisible and permeating the physical matter. Lastly, it could be explained through the presence of an invisible arche or principle, imbued in all natural things, and hence hinting at an ontological causality, where the cause transcends its effects. So, as this episode hopefully made plain, correspondences are not just principles used knowingly or unknowingly by magic practitioners, but also clues as to how the universe is cosmologically conceived when such principles are included as part of one's worldview, as well as how the visible and the invisible facets of the universe relate and interconnect. So this is it for today's video. If you like my project and want me to keep the academic fun going, please join my inner symposium by becoming a patron. We have monthly video calls, lectures, a Discord server, and lots of other perks depending on your chosen tier. Otherwise, you can send a one-off PayPal donation or you can join memberships. This project can really only exist thanks to your support, so I really appreciate any kind of help you can give. And if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and share this video with your friends. That also really helps this project a lot, because it might allow new people to enter this symposium. Let me know what you think about what we said in this video in the comments. And thank you so much for being here. And as always, stay tuned for all the academic fun. Bye for now.